Since its inception in 1925, the aviation industry in Nigeria has grown tremendously in scope and activity. From its modest beginnings on a Kano racecourse, the sector has witnessed rapid expansion, with several airlines operating hundreds of domestic and foreign flights daily from Nigeria's 22 airports. At the beginning, all personnel in the sector came mainly from Europe, North America, and Asia. However, in a bid to correct this anomaly, the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, NCAT, was established by the federal government of Nigeria. The global expansion in the aviation sector, coupled with a similar growth in the domestic sector in recent times, has rapidly increased the demand for pilots. As a result, the establishment of more aviation training schools in Nigeria and the West African region became imperative. The International Aviation College, Ilorin, was the second in Nigeria and the first to be initiated and owned by a state government in the West Africa sub-region. The International Aviation College, Ilorin, is located on a 20-hectare landmass in an area that is populated by aviation sector infrastructures, including the cargo terminal and the Ilorin International Airport. The airport boasts of a 10,000-foot runway equipped with all-weather instrument approach and other facilities expected in a modern airport, which makes it an alternative to the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, and no doubt conducive for training international class pilots. The International Aviation College, Ilorin, is designed to train different professionals in various sectors of the rapidly growing aviation industry, including cabin crew, air traffic controllers, and engineers. The intention of the International Aviation College, Ilorin, is to be globally recognized as a leading institution in the provision of aviation training through the quality of its output, which centers on safety, quality, and responsibility. In line with the vision of the owners, the Kwara State Government, the school is structured along the collegiate system with 4 schools at the epicenter. The schools include the Flight School, the Air Traffic Control School, the Maintenance School, and the Support Services School. The Flight School is capable of providing world-class training for fixed-winged aircraft pilots from 0 level, as well as recurrence levels, to the acquisition of a pilot's license within 15 months. The school also offers training for private, commercial, and the integrated commercial pilots. It is quite instructive to mention that the college has already presented its students to external assessment, with all of them attaining excellent performances.
The performance of the student, it's great, and all the external examiners are very happy with the standard here at International Aviation College, because it's a world standard we have. We have the best state of the art when it comes to the simulator, because it's one of a kind. Even in the best flying schools in the world, they don't go higher than this. This is what they use for their initial training, and this is what we used. And then it's equipped with a glass cockpit. As you can see, it's glass cockpit, and we can simulate it to even fly the original, the analog 6-pack, the olden, which is the older version. So actually we fly the glass cockpit. So the examiners are very happy with the standard here, and all our pilots are doing wonderfully well around the world and where they are.
In the course of their training, students of the International Aviation College, Ilorin, are exposed to state-of-the-art aircraft, modern classrooms, flight simulators, a library, and a computer room, amongst other requisite facilities, managed by highly qualified and experienced class and flight instructors. Training is conducted through a global standard instructional curriculum based on the world-renowned Oxford Aviation Academy's curriculum, designed by renowned airline pilots and instructors. The institution provides excellent training in the flight school, deploying new generation EFIS-equipped airplanes for both ab initio and recurrent flight training, while short courses are also provided in human factors, crew resource management, safety management systems, leadership and team building in aviation, ICAO English rating and teaching, amongst others. The school is also collaborating with the Kwara State University to provide practical training for its aeronautical engineering students and jointly award certificates to graduates, while students of the Aviation College receive training in management, leadership, and other areas essential to their professional lives. In essence, students of the International Aviation College will have the benefit of the college's certification and degrees from the university simultaneously.
Not many organizations or not many aviation school will be where we are today. All the examiners that have come to conduct the exam through us, be it flight or ground, they are saying our standards are high. So I guarantee anybody who wants to employ any of our graduates, they are trained in a modern glass cockpit aircraft from 0 hours to the day they graduate. So they can walk into a 747. Our graduates, they will walk into a cockpit of a 747 of today, or Airbus 380. It's the same glass cockpit. Incidentally, our aircraft that we use, Diamond 40 and 42, they are joystick, just like the Airbus. So if you have a graduate that is getting a job that in a company that fly Airbus, it's joystick.
Within its short existence, the college has scaled stringent requirements for accreditation, leading to the award of pilot licenses and paving the way for the inaugural flights by its student pilots in 2012, a feat that was flagged off by Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed. True to type, many of the students have attained several solo flight hours.
Talking about my first solo, it was some first time taking off, seeing yourself alone in the air. Sometimes looking by your side, nobody there. It was scary. I'm the only one up here, and I have to land this aircraft. So it was interesting, and it was somehow scary too. That this is my first solo, and I have to keep going like this with time, going on solo, and definitely before you can get your PPL, your commercial license, you have to fly a lot of solo hours. I've had a lot of solo. I've gone several places, gone to Akure, Ibadan, Patigi, all over Shaki, really across the river Niger. I've gone a lot of solo. I had a lot of hours on solo now.
The Kwara International Aviation College campus is a fully functional facility with great attention paid to ambience, functionality, and aesthetics. Training facilities at the college have been carefully chosen to meet the vision of the institution. The flight simulators are the latest of its kind and have the ability to create the visuals of over 100 airports across the world in the course of training the budding pilots.
We're in the simulation room, and the simulator behind me is called the FNPT-2. It's one of the most sophisticated simulators you can use for initial flight training. This is where we bring our students and put them through the initial course before they jump into the actual aircraft. So they get to know the basis here, the importance of the simulator, how to handle the machine, the right airspeed to use, and then it gives them an opportunity to get flexible with the control. So when they get into the actual aircraft, it becomes very easy for them. And then also the simulator we have, the FNPT-2, it's highly sophisticated in the sense that you can put in all the scenarios, all the possible scenarios you can ever have in the actual flight at any point in time. So you can give it any kind of weather you have, adverse weathers, good weathers, bad weathers, whatsoever you want. Then there are some maneuvers that might not be very economical for us to actually practice them in the aircraft. Maybe due to the time it might take us to practice them and the cost, because it's actually more expensive to fly the actual aircraft than the simulator. So we bring them here to the simulator, we put them through the whole thing. They're proficient enough, then we'll take them to the actual aircraft. At that point in time, you see that now it becomes very easy for the student to pick it up, and then you continue the flight training.
For its practical flight training, the college selected Diamond aircraft in view of its long flight range and low cost of maintenance.
Recently, after the when His Excellency received the 2 aircraft he purchased for us at the airport here, and he promised hostel accommodation, because that is another thing. And he has directed us to start looking into engineering school. So most people don't know about this school, and I'm sure with the arrival of those aircraft, when the first set of aircraft came, it was quiet, nobody knew. But this time we'll make sure that everybody should see what we are doing, and through what you are doing, you can tell people that Kwara State International Aviation College has come to stay.
To maintain a world-class standard, admission into the college is through a stringent process designed to recruit only the best students and is open to applicants above 17 years with a science background. In its usual character, the Kwara State government, promoters of the institution, has appointed a combination of experts in aviation training, aviation business management, and public policy. In a testimony to the college's faculty of experts, the pioneer rector of the college went on to become the Director General of the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA). While there are self-contained dormitories for students, the rector of the college is also quartered on the campus to ensure he keeps an eye on the institution's activities at all times. As a global focus institution, the college is partnered in various areas of training by the Kwara State University, Oxford Aviation Academy of the United Kingdom, Diamond Aircraft, among many others. The International Aviation College is a socially responsible institution and so encourages various initiatives to aid aviation education and human capital development through the Women with Wings initiative, employer sponsorship, low-income student sponsorship, state government and government agencies sponsorships, among others, aimed at aiding indigent Nigerians to obtain training in aviation. It is on record that the International Aviation College, as at the moment, is capable of raising a sizable part of its running cost, while the state government provides the balance. The Ahmed administration strongly believes government should only provide the enabling environment for thriving private businesses. Consequently, the state government is preparing the International Aviation College for the private sector buy-in through the acquisition of more training aircraft that will raise the profitability of the college and make it more attractive to would-be investors.
A few months ago, Air Force have sent 2 batches of 11, an additional 3, making 25 pilots. For you to have a whole Nigerian Air Force, elite Nigerian Air Force, because if you look at the West African sub-region, Nigerian Air Force is the most advanced in terms of age, in terms of training, in terms of experience. For such a corporate organization, for such an elite organization to trust Kwara State and the International Aviation College to train, that means it says a lot.
Honestly, I am very, very impressed. From the level of facilities I have seen at the school, the standard is comparable to any other one in the world. I have been to, I was in flight safety. These are flight safety in America where we have our students. This place can compare with that one. There's really no difference. The instructors, I know many of the instructors here. The director of the school himself is an old and seasoned pilot. And now I have just been taxied by one of our officers. From the way he was talking, I think the guy has already imbibed airline pilot way of life. And I can't wait to have them back. And kudos to this school. We must partner with them to, rather than going abroad, we should come and do things here.
The 19th of December 2013 was therefore more than a little special for the college, Kwara State, and Nigeria's aviation sector, as the pioneer graduating students to whom the International Aviation College Ilorin first opened its doors to in January 2012 formally received their commercial pilot licenses, multi-instrument rating certification, and their wings after completing the standard pilot course. 8 commercial pilot licenses and one private pilot license were handed out as the International Aviation College Ilorin saw its founder's vision unfold and signal its arrival to the global aviation community.
Yeah, we have very experienced lecturers on the ground. Our ground instructors are all ex-captains and very experienced people in the industry. And then our flight instructors too, very good, very knowledgeable. We learned a lot from them. I mean, because of them we are here today. The planes we have are second to none. There are very few aviation colleges abroad that even have them. You know, they are like the best training aircrafts you can get right now. This is what the American Air Force recommend for training, you know. So, pretty high standard.
And then the instructors would actually pay attention to you understanding what they are teaching. They are not just teachers. They won't just walk in and teach the subject and walk out. They will actually come in and teach you. You know, there's a difference between teaching a course and teaching you the course. So they teach until you understand.
Yeah, the atmosphere and the environment is very okay, very conducive for a student to learn. The campuses, the classroom, as you can see, all things there, the facilities and the equipment, they're all nice, very okay.
I feel finally I have it. I have what I've been looking for. And words can't express the way I feel.
Kwara International Aviation College is indeed a right step in the right direction, a blessing to the aviation industry in Nigeria, and undoubtedly the best place for would-be aviation professionals to lay the foundation for their careers.